Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to be doing a review. This company, HTVRONT, sells on Amazon, and they sent me this variety pack of cutting mats that are compatible with all Cricut machines. And that is all Cricut machines that take 12 by 12 mats, so it doesn't work for the little ones that take the 6-inch mats. And before I take you over to my Cricut where we are going to be testing these mats, I wanted to tell you why I agreed to do this review. So you really have not seen me do a lot of Cricut cutting in my videos, so you probably don't know this, but my mats are just horrible. And the reason is because they're so expensive that I really can't justify, sorry about that, I'm sitting here making noise. I really can't justify, to continue buying mats and mats and mats. It just makes my cutting more expensive. So I just reuse them, and I use this repositional spray. It works really great, but now I'm running out and I can't find it anywhere. And I know that some people, have a way of washing off the mats and reusing them, but the fact is, they just get nasty after a while. And I want to give you an idea of how expensive these mats are and how much these are. Okay, so I got on to Cricut, who I love Cricut. I own all their machines and about 140 cartridges. But I got onto Cricut and discovered that, let me move this aside here. So at the making of this video, you could get a 3-pack of 1 standard, 1 light grip, and 1 heavy grip mat for $40.99. I'm not done though, but just keep in mind 3 mats, $40.99. Then they have a 2-pack of the standard grip ones. And those were, let me look at my notes here, those were $15.49 for a 2-pack, which is a lot better than what that just was. Okay. And then they have the fabric grip mat, and that was $19.99. So for everything that I just showed you right here, it would come to over $76 on Cricut plus shipping. And I'm not going to give you the exact price because I'm not selling these, but let me tell you this. You can buy 5 of these packs, which would give you 30 mats for that same price. Or you can get this for 1/5 of the price, however you want to look at it. So for 1/5 of what I just told you, though, you can get all of this. And this is affordable for me. This is something that I would buy, and that is the only reason I agreed to do this review. And now we're going to go see firsthand together. I have not used these yet. We're going to go try these out firsthand together. We are not going to be looking at how well my Cricut cuts and if it does intricate cuts or not. We're looking at the grip and release of these mats with different materials. So let's head on over and check it out. Okay, I'm going to be starting off with the light grip mat, and I have not yet removed the covering, and I will do that right now. And it is really on here snug, so that kind of concerns me because it is light grip, and I'm going to be using it with things that I have used on another light grip mat. So here we go. And what I'm going to be using, first of all, as you can see, I'm using my Cricut Expression. This will still work with Cricut Explore, Cricut Maker, all of those. That's actually what it's made for. But I don't want to have my laptop set up to get in Design Space and everything to do this. So we're going to use my old one here. And we are going to be testing out vellum on the lightweight mat. I want to see how it holds, and I want to see how it releases. Those are two very important things with any mat. So it's going to hold great. I have it on there. I am using on here, if anybody's going to use an old machine, I am using it on the same setting you would use for vinyl, which is number 3 on the blade and 3 on the speed and the pressure. And I'm just using it actually like a scrap piece, because that's one of the big tests, and I'll be using that on all of these, so I'll just let you know that. I'll be using scraps because sometimes it's easier for larger pieces to hold than it is for scraps. And so I feel this is a better test. So let me just get this all lined up and loaded in. I'm using a just a simple pattern, no real detail here. It's a flower, it's the blackout, so there's nothing intricate, because this is not about how well the Cricut cuts, it's how the grip and release are. And I won't be repeating this on all the other ones, so don't worry about it. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, it held beautifully while it was cutting. Nothing moved or wiggled. So I'm just going to grab a corner here and pull this up and see how well it releases. And it seems to be doing good. Nothing's tearing. I am going slow. I'm not going to be crazy here and just yank it. So grab it from the other end as well. Okay, comes up nicely. Let's see how it does. Come on. See, now we're coming down to how well my Cricut cut. There we go. Okay, so that came off and it did curl up, but you know what? That happens with any mat. So we all know that already. All right, and now, you know, I was going to use this, but give me 1 second. This actually came with this pack. I wonder if it works any better than using that spatula. You know what? I think this is better as a scraper. We'll go back to the spatula. Okay, let me see if I can get underneath here. You know what? It's not laying flat, so I'm going to see if I can still keep this on camera and get it to lay flat. There we go. Okay, let's see how it releases. Okay, that's coming up beautifully. And I mean, obviously this is vellum, so you want to treat it gently. And there you go. It is beautiful. It held a scrap, it held while it was cutting, and it released beautiful. Now let's try something else. Most of you know that I am into vinyling. I vinyl everything. I vinyl our semi-trucks. And vinyl, you know, is another one that actually can be cut on this lightweight grip or the standard grip usually. So I've got it on here. I'm going to do the exact same cut. My problem a lot of times using vinyl is it will lift up when I'm trying to put it in, or while it, you know, well, not usually while it's cutting, but I'm usually very careful about it. So let's load this in, and so far it seems to be holding. And I always like to move things down a little bit so they're not right on the edge. And let's cut this. Oh, guess it can't cut until I push the button up here, right? Now, which one was I doing? That one. There we go. Sorry about that. And cut. Okay, we're going to lift this off and let's see. Okay, it held. It peels right off. And I just knocked something back there. Okay, and you can't see it, so hold on 1 second. There we go. Not that it matters, because this is all about the cut and not about the mat, but I just wanted to show you. See if I can do this with my fingers. I didn't bring in any of my weeding tools. So, may not be it. Yep, here we go. There we go. There's my vinyl piece right there. Okay. We're going to get daring, and we're going to try a piece of tissue paper. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever tried to cut tissue paper before, but we are going to do that with a scrap of tissue paper. Okay, so it's holding it beautifully. This time I will remember to push that little button up there. And I am still cutting everything with the 3, 3, and 3. Okay, if you're using you know, a Cricut Explorer, Cricut Maker, you don't have to worry about all that. That's kind of part of what you do in Design Space. So let me load this in, and let's move it a little bit here. And okay, let's see if we're ready to go. Okay, well, the bad news is it's not the mat's fault, but my blade really tore that up. And I have done tissue paper before. So what I mainly wanted to show you is how well it held and how well it releases. So really, I'm loving this mat. Okay, so it's doing a great job. And let's see here. You have to be more careful with this than you do with vellum. But guess what, folks? We did vellum and we did tissue paper, and it held beautifully. The grip was great. The release was great. Let's move on to the standard mat. Okay, I've got the standard grip mat here, and I'm a crafter and a card maker. So what do we all use our standard mat for? Cardstock. So to make things quick, this is going to be the only test I do on the standard, because I'm sure I could put a million different things on here. I could even put the vinyl on again, but I am not. We're just going to make this quick. I moved this up to 5 and a heavier, what is that called? Hold on a second here. There we go, pressure. So I have it on high pressure. And again, most of you are going to be using your Cricut Explorer or Cricut Maker, so in Design Space or on your machine, you're just going to pick cardstock or whatever you're using for that. And we are going to cut the same thing and see how this does. By the way, this is holding good. Nothing is lifting up, and I really like that, because a lot of times with scraps and things, it just kind of lifts up while you're trying to put it in there, and it's not. So let's give it a cut. Okay, let me just lift that up. Oh wow, this just lifts off beautifully. Beautifully. And actually, we don't have a lot of warping going on here. I really like that a lot. And let's just put this down where it's flat and give this a lift. Oh, look at that. Lifts off beautifully. I love it. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to know about the standard grip, because like I said, cardstock is pretty much what we use on this. I have done vinyl on it before, on standard. You know, there's a variety of things, but this was the actual test. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, we are now going to test the strong grip. And I'm going to be really honest with you. I have never used strong grip mat before, ever. I usually cut cardboard with my standard because that's all I've got. I've never had one of these. So I thought the perfect test was, you know, for the strong grip was to do a piece of cardboard. This is actually a piece of Kleenex box. And because of that, I also put it on multi-cut just to make sure that it cuts all the way through. And, you know, actually I should probably bump that up there to 6. And we're going to give this a try. So I'm going to put that on there. First thing is, does it hold it? It holds it. Okay, nothing's falling off. Looking really good. All right, so let's stick this in and get it in there. I'm standing at an angle here. It drives me crazy. Okay, load. By the way, all of these mats have loaded beautifully. I have mats that sometimes don't, like it kind of does weird things. All of these mats I've been trying have loaded beautifully. So I'm going to be cutting the exact same flower. I'm not doing anything different. And I'll do this exactly the same too. Just kind of bring it over a little bit. And let's give it a cut. Okay, so one thing I want to tell you, I'm really impressed. Usually when using cardboard, I do have issues with it slipping, sliding, moving, you know, whatever the issue is, and it's usually really frustrating. And I did not have this issue right now, and especially just using a small scrap like this instead of a big piece. So I'm really impressed with the strong grip so far. Let's see what happens now. Oh, beautiful. This came right off. And by the way, it looks good. And I bet you I can peel this right off without using, yeah, I probably need to. I don't want to take any chances here. So let's see how it works. It's lifting beautifully. And voila, there we go. So this is really amazing. I actually love this mat. I love it a lot because I do like cutting Kleenex boxes and cereal boxes and things like this. This would be great for chipboard, which is, you know, kind of like a cereal box kind of material. So love, love, love this one. Okay, remember I told you this review was solely about grip and release, because it has nothing to do with cutting. It doesn't, you know, different machines, different cuts, different blades. If you need a new blade, you know, whatever. This is just about how does it work in the machine and grip and cut. So I'm saying that because this is fabric grip. I don't have a Cricut maker, so I can't test this the same way. But guess what? We're going to test it anyway, okay? So let me sit it down here. I have a scrap piece of fabric. Don't laugh, this could turn out to be a complete joke, but by golly, I'm going to be testing all of these pieces. So, or all of these mats. So, first of all, I'm putting the fabric on, making sure that it's down really nice. Okay, and there we go. It holds the fabric beautifully, so I have to say the grip is awesome. Now, I could just pull this off. I could just pull it off and say, there we go. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to put it in the machine. So this is just, like I said, just for the fun of it. So let's load it. Definitely move it over a couple notches and down. It's just a habit of mine I like to do. We're going to go up here and, oh, look it. At one point they had that on too. I must have bumped it at some point. Oh well, doesn't matter. All right, that's just the size. Okay, well, let's give this a try. You know what? I think I'm going to turn it back up to 2 though. There we go. Okay guys, this is just for fun. Okay, I'm going to stop it and take it out. So first of all, it's not cutting at all, but secondly, I believe I have the pressure too high. You know, like before I had it down lower. I'm going to put this back on here. I'm not going to change a thing. I'm leaving it there because I know it's not cutting it. But I am going to do it with a medium pressure and see how that works, because I really do want to see how this works. And you know what? It's definitely the wrong kind of blade. Whereas if you were using a Cricut Maker, they have that kind of a wheel type of blade to cut fabric, and this is not. This is just snagging in the fabric. So this is probably a bad thing to be reviewing, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's try it again. I'm going to reload and move it over a little bit and move it down a little bit and do that. We're going to try it again. But like I said, it is the wrong kind of blade for doing fabric, so don't laugh at me, but I wanted to do a complete review, okay? All right, here we go. Okay. Don't hold it against the mat. Like I said, wrong blade, wrong machine. But I just mostly wanted to see how it held and how it released. We knew that it really wasn't going to cut, and I think it did a great job, and I think it would work a lot better in a Cricut Maker. Okay, everyone, I only do honest reviews, and you just saw it all on camera. This was the first time I've used these, so I didn't experiment and figure out what would work best on them. I just pulled out what I would normally use. And, you know, trying to use the fabric one, I probably shouldn't have done that, but I wanted to try them all, even though I don't have a maker. So if you have a maker, I think you're going to love this anyway, because it held the fabric, and the fabric peeled off beautifully. And my honest opinion on these mats, 2 thumbs up. They worked great, so quality is great. They do what they're supposed to, and I love, love, love the price. And if this is something that you're interested in, I'm going to have a link below in the description box, and I'll let you know I am an Amazon affiliate, and so the link below is an affiliate link. It will benefit me, but it doesn't raise the price for you at all. And so I would really appreciate it if you do want to get these, if you would please use that link and let me know what you think of this review. I hope it was helpful, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.
If you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I hope you consider that too. And if you do, be sure to click the little bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos or giveaways.